So this is the Rode Podmic, the tabletop stand, and an XLR cable packaged in a bundle deal for $115. And this is why I think you should jump on this deal if you're ready to take your audio to the next level. I've attached my affiliate link down below in the description if you want to get your hands on this deal. If you're interested in podcasting, live streaming, or having the best audio quality that you can, then selecting the best microphone for your needs is incredibly important. And if you're on a budget, that can be kind of tricky. So after these first impressions, I hope that you'll have a little bit more knowledge in selecting the microphone that's best for your needs. So along with this pod mic, I've also got my USB condenser mic that I'm going to be using in this first impressions review. This isn't going to be a head-to-head shootout. This is just two different microphones for two different examples of what audio you can expect to get out of a USB condenser microphone versus an XLR dynamic microphone. So if you've watched any of my live streams or any of my gaming videos, all that audio has been coming out of my USB condenser microphone. This USB microphone is a much more budget-friendly option, but you'll see that you're not going to be able to get the quality of audio that you can get out of a microphone such as this Rode Podmic. I'll link it down below. It's a great mic for anybody starting out, don't get me wrong. This isn't a head-to-head review of these two microphones. These are just two different microphones for audio reference. If a head-to-head comparison or a full tech review is what you're after, I'll link Tom Buck's channel down below. He's extremely knowledgeable on all kinds of audio equipment, and he's really helped me out a lot with picking the audio equipment and the microphones that I use in my setup. So just a side note too, if you're watching me in this scene, all the audio that's being captured is coming out of the shotgun microphone that's boomed just out of sight. It's the Deity V-Mic D3 Pro. I love that microphone, but that's not the one that we're talking about here today. If you see the microphone in front of me when we're in front of the computer going over the audio differences, that's going to be the one that audio is directly coming from, and I'll let you know too. So this pod mic is a XLR dynamic microphone, and that means that it's going to need an audio interface to work with my PC. So the audio interface that I'm going to be running this through today is the Focusrite Scarlett Solo. So let's jump over to the computer, get this all hooked up, and then we'll compare the audio between this more budget-friendly microphone versus a USB condenser microphone.
So both of these microphones are now attached to the computer. I'm probably going to be taking most of the audio from the pod mic here because I'm sure it's going to sound the best, and I can actually monitor my audio so I can hear what it's sounding like back in my headphones, which is very nice. That's one of the perks of the Scarlett Solos. I can do that. With the USB microphone, I don't know that you can. There might be some software that will let you do that, but what I found with the software that I have, there's a delay. Either way, for the pod mic, I've got the volume on my Scarlett Solo turned almost all the way up. I'm not using any kind of cloud lifter or mic booster. I do have one, which I may do a review on. I have not added it to this. So all the audio that you're going to hear out of both of these microphones are the raw audio. You plug it in and you roll. So that being said, for $115, you get this well-built microphone that feels sturdy enough you could drive nails with this thing. And I tell you what, it is heavy. This thing is it's made completely out of metal, from the grill to the accent pieces, these little black pieces, the grill, everything, all this stuff. The mount, everything is solid metal. So therefore, you want to make sure that if you're mounting it to a boom arm like what I have this microphone set up on, you're going to want to tighten down all your screws and all your flexible mounting points because it's going to move. It's going to drop it down some. So you need to make sure that you sturdy that up. So now I'm going to move over here to the condenser mic, and you can see that it's going to be a whole lot louder and it's going to be clipping. And let me try and talk a little bit quieter. You can see I'm further away from it too. So it's going to pick up a whole lot more ambient noise, and that's just because it's a condenser microphone, and it's not a dynamic microphone. But you're going to hear a whole lot of room noise. My son is directly behind me playing a game on his PC, and I'm sure you can probably hear the clicking, the moving, even my breathing, anything in this room. So that being said, the pod mic is a dynamic microphone. It's got a cardioid pickup pattern, which basically means that it's going to sound best when you're right in front of it. If you talk right in front of it, you're going to get some of those plosives where everything's pop, pop, pop. But what I found is if you talk across the microphone, kind of like this, then it's going to sound a whole lot better. You're not going to get as many of those plosives because you're speaking across it and you're not speaking directly into the microphone. It does a pretty good job at rejecting the room sound too. Like I said, I can hear everything back in my headphones. I've got some air conditioners running. I've got a couple of fans going on in the background, and I can hear a little bit of that, but it's not too bad. Let me go ahead and be quiet, and I'm going to let you hear the background noise from both of these microphones. All right. So one of the main reasons that I wanted a dynamic microphone versus the condenser microphone here is because I have a pretty loud room. I do have a little bit of sound treatment. I've got some sound panels up on the wall. I've got a whole bunch of them up on the ceiling above me. But I do have hardwood floors, and this is a big room, and there's a lot of echo. So I wanted this dynamic microphone, so I didn't have to worry too much about that, and it was going to be a whole lot easier for me to edit this stuff in post. These are my first impressions of the Rode Podmic, and this is one heck of a deal. I can already tell that the sound out of this is going to be much better than the USB condenser mic here. Now, when I put an equalizer, sound gate, some compression, and all that on the USB microphone, it does sound a lot better. But just straight out of the microphone, you can hear there is quite a difference there. And I think a lot of people, if they're just getting into the streaming world, they're new to computers, that kind of thing, they're not going to really know how to mess around with an equalizer. There are a lot of good tutorials around on YouTube that show you how to get professional audio out of either one of these microphones. So I would definitely suggest that you go and research that. I use the equalizer called Peace, and you could upload and save all of your preferences right to that condenser microphone. So in closing, what I will say is I can already tell from the Podmic that the sound is going to be phenomenally better. With the deal that they're running on this thing, $115 for the stand, for the cable, for the microphone, you can't beat it. If you've got a audio interface, or if you're going to get one and you want to take your audio to the next level, I would definitely recommend go ahead and getting this. So if you guys like this video and you're looking for more videos like this, please remember to sub to the channel, like, comment down below. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.